Welcome back to the channel, man. My name is Scrappy. Welcome to my shop. Today, we're going to talk about, I think this is like beautiful. You know, I just got done doing a video. It's going to pop off tomorrow. It's called, is basically King James. I think I labeled it King James, the Witch of Witchy, or something like that. Basically, King James and witchcraft. That's what I called it. Okay, so now, as of that video, I have another video that I'm going to do with Thanksgiving. And we're going to talk about the proper understanding of Thanksgiving. And we're in that timeline now, so beautiful timeline. But I wanted to go ahead and jump a little ahead. This is after, I think this is in the timeline. I don't know yet. Let me get into that timeline about Thanksgiving. But let's talk about something. Let's talk about the fabric and framework of the forefathers. Now, the forefathers, they're on the mountain. They're on that beautiful mountain out in Rushmore. Well, why did they get a mountain? I'm going to show you why they got a mountain. And guess what? Amongst the many, this is what I wanted to learn. I want to read you what ChatGPT told me, because I think it's like a classic. Basically, it said that me asking this topic, I wanted to know who the basic of forefathers, and it said it made its sprockets hurt. Okay, so welcome back to the channel. We're going to divide in the important question today. You know what that question is? Is what political party parties did the founding fathers belong to? And guess what? The answers might shock you, because the political world of the 1970s, 1700s, look very different from what they are today. So, Section 1. No parties whatsoever. There's no parties. Well, they have parties, but not that kind of party. They partied all night and partied all day, but there wasn't political parties. When the United States declared independence in 1776, which is next year, guys, 250 years, I wish we would have lived, I wish we would have took advice. Now, there's advice on this one, and I want to see the comments below on this. There was no political parties at all. Most of the founding fathers actually disliked the idea of political parties. They believed parties would divide the nation and create unnecessary conflicts. Enter George Washington. Warned political parties, factions in his farewell address. Now, let's look at the farewell address, because I want y'all to listen to it. I don't have the whole thing, but I do have the cleanup version of it. So it pretty much goes. When George Washington finished his second term as president, he gave a famous message called the farewell address. Now, he's the very first president of the United States. The very first president. He didn't have a party. He wasn't politically attached. But listen to what? It's a farewell address. And in the speech, he warned Americans about something he believed could tear the nation apart. I give you the two. Because after his farewell address, you're going to learn about that. Just give me a minute here. He said, beware political factions. Basically, don't split into rival political parties. Don't let terms, teams, tribes, or labels divide the country. He was seen with fighting within the revolution leadership looking like, and he knew that one political group formed, people would start caring more about winning for their party than doing what's best right for the nation. Does that sound familiar? Shoot, we just had 4 people get up on there and throw. Since Trump has been president, he's been labeled king, he's been labeled crazy, he's been labeled all this stuff. Now they want to put articles of impeachment on him because he's just doing his job. He's trying to protect America. Anyways, we're going to get out of that. Okay? And people would start caring more about winning their party than doing what's best for the nation. But guess what? Parties formed anyway. Here's the funny part. As Washington is warning everyone not to form parties, the founding fathers were forming the parties. The 2 early groups rise. The Federalists, which were led by Alexander Hamilton, wanted a strong national government. He supported industry, banking, closing ties with Britain, believed the Constitution should be interpreted loosely. Okay? The Democratic Republicans, led by Thomas Jefferson and James Madison, wanted more power given to the states. Support farmers, small landowners, and everyday workers. I wonder who that is. Wanted to keep the government limited to strict to the Constitution. Okay, I can dig that. These 2 groups didn't start as parties. They started as arguments. Big arguments. But soon they formed political teams. And the United States had the first political parties before Washington even left office. Damn. They split quick, didn't they? Why did they form? Here's why parties formed so fast. The founding fathers disagreed on everything. How powerful the government should be, how the patient should pay the national debts, the taxes. We have to tax the people. We got to pay for something. Whether we should support Britain or France, because France was our biggest ally. Just to let you know. How the economy should run, and even what Constitution really meant. Once you have groups of people with strong opinions, teams form. It's human nature. Washington's warning comes true. By the time Washington retired, the political parties were already fighting hard. Newspapers were attacking each other. Politicians were calling each other's names. And Washington himself was frustrated that his own cabinet was arguing nonstop. He said political parties would turn Americans against each other. And honestly, that warning, it hits hard today. It says it still hits today. But no, it's hard today. Okay? So the parties begin to form, and the next section we're going to break down. Okay, so we're not going to talk about how the parties. Okay, so let's get back into the discussion points that we were talking about. So that's his farewell address. But in the same, as the nation grew, disagreements about the government's power, foreign alliances, and the economy led to the first political parties. By 1790, two major groups appeared. The Federalists. The key figures was Alex Hamilton and John Adams. Beliefs: strong national government, national bank, closer ties with Britain. Okay. The Democratic Republicans, say that real fast, strong. Key figures: Thomas Jefferson and James Madison. Their beliefs were limited federal power, strong state authority, closer ties with France, and the protection of individual liberties. Okay. So when the parties did the founding, what parties did the founding fathers actually join once the parties appeared? Okay. So George Washington, this young chap right here, technically none. He stayed independent, although many of his policies leaned the Federalist. Okay. Now, Alex Hamilton was a Federalist. John Adams was a Federalist. Thomas Jefferson was a Democratic Republican. And James Madison was a Democratic Republican. Benjamin Franklin, I love Jim. Him and George kicked it probably, because he had no party. He died before the party system fully formed. So he didn't get a taste of parties. Okay. So George Mason, Patrick Henry, Samuel Adams, generally aligned with the Democratic Republican ideas, favoring limited federal power. So the early parties eventually transformed into new political groups. The Federalists faded away. The Democratic Republicans split into two factions that helped form both of the modern Democratic Party and the WHING Party, which later led to the Republican Party, or the GOP, which is basically the Grand Old Party. So even though people today try to claim the founding fathers of their own side, the truth is their parties didn't match today's political map. The issue, definition, and beliefs of the 1700s were completely different from what we see now. Where's my intro? So what I come to imagine is that over the years, America got perverted after the two-party system set up. And renounced the middle. I wanted to bring this up because this is a good topic. Because nobody's talking about this, the parties. Now, why do we have two parties? I don't know, and I really don't care. I'm tired of it. My brain's hurting. Stop my brain from hurting. Stop my brain from hurting. Stop getting on these radical rants about Donald Trump, bad. Joe Biden, bad. Who gives a flying fuck? Who gives a flying fuck? What I care today is that this country has peace. You're running around throwing rhetoric about unaliving somebody. And the problem is, you have this faction because you don't sit down and study for yourself. You let all these morons, all these oxymorons tell you what to believe, how to believe, when to believe, and why to believe. This channel, we're going to break all this shit down. And with this,